Yo everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a review along with some lip swatches of some of the recently released Stay All Day liquid lipsticks by Stila Cosmetics. Some of them would have been released, I think it was over the holiday period, as like sets of threes, like they did like mini versions. I can't remember exactly which ones they are because I didn't buy them, because I think there was one or two permanent shades and then I was just like, what's the point? And then plus at the time they did announce that they would be releasing them as full sizes in the spring of 2016, which is what they have done. So out of, I think there were 5 new ones, I bought 3 of them. The 2 that I didn't get were obviously nudie shades. You guys know how I feel about nude liquid lipsticks. I just don't see the point of them. I think they're useless. I think I've got one of Stila's, which is a nudie brown colour. I can't remember what it's called. It just looks dreadful on me. Actually, no, it's a nudie pink. Bellissima. I think it's Bellissima. It looks dreadful on me. So I got 3 of the other shades, which are the more darker shades, and they retail in at £16, so more on the higher end of the liquid lipstick market. Stila are one of my favourite brands when it comes to liquid to matte liquid lipsticks. Such a mouthful. So, first things first, the packaging. Whoa, dropped one already. So the packaging in this respect comes in a nice firm glass type bottle, and they now have got very luxe feeling gold, not frosty lids but almost frosty golden lids, like you can see. And this is what one of the older ones look like, so you can see the difference in terms of the quality of the bottle. The lid is different. The writing is now in gold where it was in black. I don't think there was anything wrong with it to begin with, but I think that they just wanted to kind of upgrade, which is fair enough. For reference is Aria, which is probably my favourite out of all of them. Liquid lipsticks are basically matte liquid lipsticks. They are in liquid form in the tube, and when you apply them on your lips they apply like liquid and they dry down to a completely matte and opaque finish. They do not budge, they do not smudge, they do not come off. You do not need to reapply them. They are the be all and end all of lipsticks. Ever since I've started wearing liquid lipsticks, I find it very difficult to go back to normal lipsticks. So Stila's ones in terms of texture are very, very thick, and they apply thickly to the lips, meaning that they take a little bit longer to dry, which is fine because it means that you can manipulate the colour itself. Once it has dried down, you cannot move it around. You cannot even remove it unless you use something oil-based, because it is only something oil-based which will remove your liquid lipstick. In my case, I tend to use Vaseline. Simple, straightforward and cheap. And they don't really tend to transfer much. They last upwards of 6 to 8 hours before they start to fade a bit on the lips. If you eat something greasy around the center of your lips, you'll see that the product has slightly removed. You can reapply it, but generally when you reapply a liquid lipstick, it's almost like applying it is like applying a second layer, but that second layer can make it very, very uncomfortable on the lips. Now, the Stila ones on me don't tend to flake, crack, any of that, especially the thicker ones. Now, these ones, like I said, are still very, very new. I've used all 3 of them. They don't bleed like normal lipsticks. They don't smudge. Now, at the moment, if you're wondering what I'm wearing on my lips, I'm wearing Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick in the shade Dusty Rose, and on top of it, I have applied a lip gloss by Anastasia Beverly Hills called Metallic Rose. So for those of you that like liquid lipsticks but don't like the way that it feels, because it can feel very constricting on the mouth because they dry down and they literally make your lips go like that, and then you're like smiling and you're like, I can't move my mouth properly because my lips are all kind of joined together. So that's what you can get with a lot of liquid lipsticks. So it's always better to wear 1 layer rather than 2, 3, 4, making it more and more uncomfortable, and then at that point the product will get so thick that it will start to bunch up in places. If you don't like the feel of liquid lipsticks, you can always do what I do and apply lip gloss over the top. Nice and lovely, the colour's still there, and because I'm wearing a very similar lip gloss on the top, it doesn't deflect away from the colour itself. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to remove this lipstick and I am going to do some lip swatches of the 3 that I've just shown you. All gone. Okay, so before we begin, they have apparently changed the dough for applicators slightly, and I have noticed a difference. So I will show you the first one. Because these liquid lipsticks are so thick, a lot of product applies to the brush. So be careful to clean it off, otherwise a big chunk of it will go onto your mouth and then you'll find difficulty blending it out. Okay, say the top one is Aria and then the bottom one is, I can't remember, but it's the newer ones. I don't know if you can tell, but the bottom one is slightly longer and a little bit more thinner now. With this one, it was quite, I can only just press it in here. It was fairly bendy to press it down. There's still the same amount of fluff on these, by the way. Now this one is a lot more bendy than the other one. So you are able to kind of maneuver it around a lot more easily than you previously were. Because it's longer, you are able to get a crisper line, and then as you press it in, it will bend and you can apply it a lot more easily. The smell is still exactly the same, that strange Stila smell that I can't really compare it to. It's a very strange but nice smell. I like this smell. Okay, so this first one I'm going to show you is called Bacca, and I'm just going from light to dark because it's just easiest that way. I've removed all my lipstick that I had on and applied a little bit of foundation around the mouth. Now, as with all lipsticks and liquid lipsticks, it is dependent on what your natural lip colour is as to how this shows up. So this is Bacca. I love this colour. I love the shade. It is a beautiful, deep raspberry pink on me especially. And it's lovely. The only thing that I do have to mention with this one is that I found that it applied patchy initially. Now these are supposedly enriched with vitamin E and avocado oil to help with moisture. I don't really think that that makes much of a difference. When I first apply it now, it's come on really nicely, but then I've taken my time applying it. If you're in a rush in the morning, try to make sure you're applying it as evenly as possible. Now, as much as you saw me smush my lips together, that's because I did it because it was still wet. If it has started to dry down, do not do that, because the bottom lip will then transfer onto the top and vice versa, and it will almost create a very bunched up 2 layers, and then it will make it very patchy. Then you'll have to apply more, then that will ruin it, and then you'll see a lighter area and a darker area, and there's just no going back. Sorry, before I move on, I just realised, let me show you, it is now dry. Does not feel sticky at all because I applied a very clean one layer. One layer is key. Any more and then you get that very sticky tacky feeling. There's nothing on my hands, look, nothing. So this next one I'm going to show you is called Ricco. So this is Ricco. This, out of all 3 of them, is probably my most favourite shade. Not just in terms of shade, in terms of application, in terms of wear and tear and everything. This is probably my favourite one. Now on me, this shows up as a very definite chocolatey purple shade. It's very much not brown and it's not purple. It's a nice mix of the two. Not even purple, plum, I would say. It's a very deep colour. I really like the way that it shows up on my medium skin tone. This one is definitely my favourite overall. The colour wears really nicely as well, even when it starts to wear off during the day, and it will always wear off in the centre of your mouth more than anywhere because that's where you put food. Now, because of the colour of my natural lips insured, it's not too dissimilar, so when it does start to wear off, it's not very obvious. Okay, so this last one I'm going to show you is called Chianti, and this, I have to be honest, is not the kind of colour that will suit everybody. This is a very cool tone shade, and it has the tendency to wash a lot of people's face out. Now, if you are medium skin tone like me, it can wash your face out. I tend to I bronzed up my face quite a bit and added a lot of other warm tone shades to kind of make it work. But it is a very, very deep blackened purple shade, which not everybody will necessarily like, and it won't necessarily suit everybody as well. So this is Chianti. What do you think? It's okay. This is my least favorite out of the three, and the reason is that it is very, very hard to get an even application. You guys could see me going backwards and forwards. I didn't at any point dip the brush back into the tube. I just merely turned the brush over where there was extra product to apply more. When I smush my lips together, it's to disperse the product evenly and then reapply to areas where it has become patchy. The difficulty with this kind of shade, and it's the same with all brands, is you can't tell the patchy areas properly until it has completely dried down, and at that point it's too late. You can apply another layer to that area, but then it will be very obvious that that area is darker and the area next to it is not. So what do? Then you apply a complete sweep of another layer, and before you know it, it's become very uncomfortable. Now, what I found with this liquid lipstick was, number one, I couldn't get a clean, smooth finish in terms of one colour overall. It was lighter here, it was a little bit lighter there. Secondly, I ate a salad the day that I was wearing it, with a little bit of oil in it, a little bit of olive oil, it's good for your heart. And I sprayed it into the salad, ate it, and of course it started to remove the inside bits. And what happened was it gave me a very obvious looking, like, strange looking mouth, because it had all removed off of this inside area, and obviously, because the inside of my mouth is pink, it was very obvious. You could see like a little pink circle here, and it just did not look cute. So that is my review on 3 of the latest Stila Stay All Day liquid lipsticks. I hope you guys enjoy. I will link my review video to the original Stila Stay All Day liquid lipsticks that I've got. It's actually one of my most viewed videos, got something like 64,000 hits on it, which is awesome. And then I'll also link my summer ones that I did for last summer's liquid lipsticks below, just so that you guys can see for reference the differences between them as they have come out, how they've changed, the colours and that sort of thing, and their lip swatches for all of them. So if you've got any more comments, if you've got any comments or any questions that you don't feel that I've answered, or I haven't answered them properly, please feel free to let me know below and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Other than that, I hope you're all having a wonderful day, and thank you so much for your support as always. It never goes unnoticed, even if I don't necessarily get back to you all the time. My Snapchat fam, love ya. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.